you. I had a fantastic weekend. I hope all of you did too. However, it's raining where I'm at today, and what better place to be to lift your spirits than on a tropical island with some guitar and some delicious tequila, right? Made from 100% blue agave leaves. Now, if you'll notice, this bottle's almost empty because this is my fourth take trying to get this right. Cheers. Oh, that is so delicious. That will take any rain cloud away, so you only see the sun on the horizon. So, the last time I did this video, I wasn't my normal sweet Gav chipper self. That's because I didn't feel like doing it. And now, I don't even feel like doing it today, but I'm going to do one today. And it's going to be a little different. We're going to do a speed run today. I haven't even really rehearsed it, so I just have the topics on the note card, and I'm going to go. Okay? We're going to start off with one of my favorite topics of all time, the moon landing. China has announced that they're going to plan a trip to the moon. Right? So now all of a sudden, the USA is like, whoa, hey, Bob, China's going to go to the moon. We got to go back to the moon. Why do we give a shit about going back to the moon? We went there in 1969. Who cares if China's going to go to the moon? Why is it all of a sudden a mine's bigger than yours contest? I'm going to go to the moon. 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 We'll see. Sticking to China, the USA has pulled out of the Chinese Winter Olympics. Why, you ask? Because the United States wants to stick up for human rights. Hell of a time to do this, right? They are sick of these slave camps making our cell phones and our sneakers, so the United States has decided to boycott the Winter Olympics. And I'm sure if China's kind of like, hey man, you've been doing this shit for how many years? And now all of a sudden we got the Winter Olympics and now's when you decide to boycott? They said we will pay. Segueing to a little bit of a different story that will come back to China, though, in my opinion. The trash in Michigan, who bought their son a firearm that he went into the school and he shot it up, they have now been charged too, and they're all on suicide watch. I personally think they all need to be taken out behind the woodshed, if you catch my drift. That's one thing China does have over us, is they don't put up with that shit. You do something like that, school shooting, you supply the gun, they take you out right away. Swift and sweet, right? Speaking of sweet, Jussie Smollett has pled insanity because he said that he was on meth and going to sexual bathhouses. I don't know if that would really make you insane, but I guess it could. Oh, look at this. There are now kamikaze drones that they're fitting with grenades and spears to fly into soldiers. What good is it to have people on the ground if they're just going to fight us with drones? A new type of warfare is upon us. And finally, the UGA Alabama SEC Championship. The Dogs were undefeated and ranked number 1 in the nation. The Tide comes in as a 7-point underdog, I believe. And what happens? They beat the Dogs. And I wanted those Dogs to win. I never cheer for the Dogs, but occasionally. And I wanted them to win. But this is the best case scenario, because now the Dogs can beat them in the national championship. Alabama has to go and play Cincinnati, who I think they're a 14-point favorite over. They should smoke Cincinnati. But then the Dogs have an interesting matchup against Michigan, right? Coach Jim Harbaugh, who used to coach the Niners, just gave his $3.5 million bonus back to the community. That's a stand-up dude. But if the Dogs can beat Michigan and Cincinnati loses to Bama, we're going to have a UGA-Bama rematch. And that will be awesome. So, that's all I got. I don't know if this one's good or not, but just remember, you're so great, your DNA belongs here.